Hello, my food creators. I am back and I have a wonderful dish that I am making for you. But actually, it's not me that's making it. I'm just the assistant. I thought it would be fun to cook with my friend and wonderful sisterpreneur, Nicole Austin, who is also my graphic artist and my designer. She's done so many wonderful things for me, you all. So today we are going to do easy baked lemon chicken. And here's Nicole. Yay! Hey. I love this lady right here. So we are going to get started. See you soon. All right, so you know how I always say that you want to mise en place. That means everything in its place. You want to have everything in its place ready for you instead of you waiting to get it all together. So that's what we did. We got our mise en place ready. All right, so now we are going to get into the easy baked lemon chicken dish. And I'm going to toss it over to Nicole so she can tell you how she starts off her egg noodles.
Well, we're going to start with the end. That way we're ready. We've already cooked up our egg noodles. We've got them locked and loaded, ready to go. Here's a trick that I have learned over the years because I do big cooks all at one time. Noodles tend to clump together. So what I do is I take the same seasoning, the same sauce that I'm going to be using on the chicken itself, and I lighten it up. I use the honey, the lemon, and the Italian seasoning with the butter, and then that way the noodles get the exact same flavoring as the chicken, and because of the butter, they don't tend to clump as much. So as you can see, this is why we're actually doing why we're doing, because the noodles are already starting to stick together. So this is a perfect example of why we do it. So we're going to add the butter, and we're going to let the heat from the noodles go ahead and melt that butter. Then we're going to take the honey, get that mixed in with the lemon juice, just dump that right in. And then this is the exact same Italian seasoning that we're going to be using on the chicken. We're just going to get that mixed up real well to where the honey, we're using the lemon to dissolve the honey so it won't clump up as much. Then we're going to take that. The heat is already melting the butter. Scrape that. Don't want to lose any of that honey goodness. Scrape that into the pan. And then all you're going to do is, like I said, use the heat of those noodles to go ahead and mix everything up and melt that butter. And you're going to season your noodles the same way your chicken is seasoned, and then that way it carries the flavor.
All right, so now we're going to get ready for the chicken part, okay? We're going to fabricate the chicken, and so you want to go ahead and do the chicken?
I'm not great at this, y'all.
Oh my goodness, I cannot believe she's going to use gloves. She doesn't want to touch her meat. Okay, go ahead.
I don't like raw chicken, so the way I learned, and I am very bad at this, so please do not take my abilities as a way to do this. You hold it flat, and then you start, and you try the best you can to keep it as even as you can as you move down your hand.
That's correct.
Now, the only problem I always deal with is you get one piece that's that thick, and then I feel like the other piece is way different. So that's
at the end of the day, your mouth doesn't even know the difference.
It all tastes the same.
Yes, that's G-Man, y'all. So let me show you. It's because you couldn't see it from her angle, from that angle, so I asked the G-Man, the cameraman, to come on this side so you can see what we're doing. Yes, you do hold it flat. And actually, it's best if you had a boning knife, which I don't have one. I have to get one again. And you just want to get it nice. Okay.
alrighty. So you saw Chef Sonia's way better knife skills than mine. We've got our chicken ready. I am still left-hand chickified. Okay, so that is why you can either touch it. I keep one hand chickified when I'm working with raw meat. We're just gonna lay this in. We're gonna do this in batches because, like I said, I do big flips. Watch out for the splash. So as you can see, these are actually cooking up pretty quickly, and that's exactly what we want. All we're trying to do is get some really pretty color on it. That's it, that's all. So, you don't want to leave them in here long. Here's a trick that I learned. See how that's moving really easily? That's the meat letting you know that it has released from the pan and that it's okay to be turned over. If you're having to fight your meat, it's not ready to be flipped. So, see how we're having to fight against that? It's not moving quite as easily. So we're going to leave it alone for just a moment more until it releases from the pan. And that lets us know it's where it needs to be.
No glazing in here, y'all. You got butter going on and oil. But if you really wanted to just have the straight butter and just the butter flavor, check out my video on Clarified Butter. This is half and half, oil and butter right here. So maybe you may not have any Clarified Butter at home. Easy to make yourself.
And as you can see, they were only in here for a few moments a piece. I think maybe it's like 2 to 3 minutes, but it's not long at all. Get those laid into the pan, and this is why I love this recipe so much. You're not looking to cook this chicken all the way through. You are only getting a little bit of color on it. Most of the cooking is going to be done in the oven. So that's one batch down. All right, now you're fixing to see why I love this recipe so much. So we've got our chicken cooked off. It's ready to go in the pans. Now we're making the oh so horribly hard sauce. We've got chicken broth. I go with low sodium chicken broth because I prefer to control my salt intake myself rather than let other people do it for me. Then we've got Italian seasoning, easy peasy. We've got lemon juice. We've got honey, and then we've got garlic. Okay, rest assured, we are some garlic eating fools in my house, so you can always add more garlic. That is something that absolutely does not offend me at all. I always go for more than it calls for. And then we've got the honey. And if you notice, the honey, the Italian seasoning, and the lemon, plus the butter, are the exact same ingredients that we added to the noodles. And that is because it's going to carry the flavor and it's going to back everything up. So, perfect, thank you. Got a scraper to get the last bit of that honey out. No garlic left behind. We're going to make sure we've got the last of the garlic too. So, we've got everything dumped into a bowl. Easy peasy, ready to go. I can control my salt right there. There we go. A little bit of black pepper. Okay. And you want to mix it until you do not feel any more resistance from the honey. When you first put the honey in there, it'll be kind of clumpy. So you mix it till there's no more resistance from the honey, and then watch. You pour, say about half in there. Squish it around just to make sure that everything is nice and spread out. And we're all done. Now it sits in the oven for 20 minutes and we can work on our next item.
And look how nice and juicy this is, y'all. Ooh, ooh. Perfectly cooked. So we're cutting this up so we can plate it up for y'all. Oh, that broke. So I guess that means I have to try it, right?
What a shame.
Mm-hmm. She got some of my good ingredients in there. You gotta have garlic, and she's got the Italian seasoning on it. Y'all know how to do Italian seasoning and lemon. You can taste that lemon, y'all. Let me tell you a little something about lemon. Whenever you use lemon in your cooking, and you're trying to go easy on the salt, it really just brings up the flavors. So that's why lemon is a good substitute whenever you're trying to go easy on the salt. All right, so we are getting ready to dig in, and you know, I just love, because my sister leader and sisterpreneur and wonderful friend Nicole Austin came to eat with us, y'all, and to share this wonderful dish. Can you just tell us a little bit about why you chose this dish?
I love this dish because it's light, it's fresh, and it's easy to multiply. I do big dishes all at one time. I can multiply this out in the same 30 minutes. I've got enough to feed multiples or just us.
Yes, yes, yes. So we are, without further ado, we're going to get some of this. Got enough for both of us, because you got to try it, right? You got to see how this is. And are y'all sitting down and eating like a family? You got to eat like a family, y'all. A lot of people aren't doing this. Make sure you get you some veggies. We don't have veggies on this plate, but you want to have some back. I am going to enjoy this food with my good friend. Nice and juicy, y'all. All right, so good food and good friends. Y'all, this was amazing. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Chef Sonia and Friends Cooks. And make sure you come back again. Remember, a recipe is just a guide created the way you want, using your heart and your head. And I'll see you next time.